Hi guys, in this video I'm going to give you 10 things, 10 exact most important things I do at 37 as a 37-year-old dietitian and also a mom of 2 little children to stay fit, healthy and lean. And I'm not going to try to hide things to make myself look better. I'm not gonna tell you that I eat everything and it's all about balance. No, it's not. Staying lean and staying fit takes work and takes sacrifices, and I'm gonna tell you about it. So this is my blueprint and I hope it can help you in your health, fitness journey, weight loss, wherever you are, because I believe that we can all look right and we can all look our best at whatever age we are. So let's go. Number one is that I eat 95% healthy and processed foods. It's not 80-20 for me. 80-20, if I eat 20% of my meals, fast food meals, something unhealthy, desserts, whatnot, I'm going to gain weight. I know my body. For me, it needs to be 95% healthy and processed foods. So what it means is that I never actually plan on eating something unhealthy. I always plan on having healthy meals because I know that those unhealthy ones will happen. And I don't want to have to be limiting myself whenever I go out, whenever I'm invited somewhere, whenever it's somebody's birthday, or when I'm traveling, which means the rest of the time I'm cooking at home and I'm eating 100% healthy. Like my day-to-day meals, there are no excuses. I'm not going to be treating myself to something just because I was eating healthy for the last 3 days. No, I continue eating healthy until there is a real reason to be splurging. So if I'm at the restaurant, I'm going to order whatever I want to order at the restaurant. If I'm going to somebody's house and they are cooking, I'm going to be trying everything. When I am traveling, I'm going to be having whatever food is traditional in that place and I'm going to be tasting everything. Which means that at home, it's 100% unprocessed and healthy foods, nothing unprocessed, no white flour, no sugar, nothing that comes from factory, nothing that has multiple ingredients on the package. Number two is what do I actually eat? And my diet is mostly fruits. Probably 50 to 60% of calories in my diet come from fruits. I eat whatever fruits are in season and mostly local fruits. And the rest is meat, eggs, fermented dairy, mostly kefir, sometimes yogurt, and some unpasteurized hard cheese because I live in France. And then I also eat some fish, some legumes, and some whole grains like oats. But that's not every day. Every day, it's mostly just fruits, meat, eggs, and fermented dairy. Number three is I have been following intermittent fasting for the last 10 to 12 years, except for when I was pregnant. Intermittent fasting is basically when you're eating within a certain time schedule every single day. So for me, I eat lunch at midday and then I eat dinner between 6 and 8 p.m., which means that I have like 6 to 8 hours eating window and the rest of the time I'm not eating everything. I'm just drinking water and having coffee or tea, black coffee or black tea. And I love intermittent fasting because I know that it has some health benefits like promoting autophagy and promoting longevity, etc. But for me, it's a great way to limit the amount of calories I eat because I am a volume eater. I love to eat till I'm full, till I feel my stomach stretching, till I feel 100% satisfied. Which means I do not want to limit my portions during my meals. I'd rather skip a meal and have 2 proper large meals during the day rather than having multiple small meals throughout the whole day. So this is just my favorite way of limiting my calories but still being satisfied with my food. Number 4 is no snacking. I used to be snacking between lunch and dinner. Even when I was doing already intermittent fasting before, I used to snack between the 2 big meals. Now I'm not doing that anymore and I can see that it's much easier to keep my weight stable this way. And this is something I learned when I moved to France. In France, nobody's snacking. They are sitting, eating their proper meals, starter, main dish, dessert. But then between those meals, you will not see French people walking around with food in their hand and snacking in the bus or snacking when they are working. They are sitting down for their meals and that's it. I started eating this way as well when I moved here and it really made my weight management way easier. When you stop snacking, you're going to see how much easier it is to stay consistent with your weight or to be losing weight if you're on a weight loss journey. So I really encourage you to do that. Okay, now we're done with the diet part and number 6 is so important in staying lean, in staying fit, in staying healthy, and it's walking. I walk 12,000 steps a day minimum every single day. I track my steps on my Garmin watch, and this is the first option that I put when I open the menu. So I have a habit now to be checking how many steps I'm doing every single hour or every 2 hours, and I'm looking if I'm on my way of hitting the 12,000 steps a day minimum. And I actually try to go higher than that every day. Walking is not only super healthy for the body, but it's also an activity that burns a lot of calories without making us hungrier. Like, for example, running, like lifting weights. Those activities are great, are healthy, but they make you hungrier. So they're not the best option for losing weight. Walking is your best friend to looking amazing and staying fit forever. Because you can be walking in most of the scenarios. You can be walking when you're sick, not like super sick, when you have to be staying in bed, but mildly sick, you can be still walking. You can be walking when you're busy. You can be just pacing around the house when you're on your phone. You can be walking when you're doing house chores. You can be walking on holidays. You can be walking always, always. For example, me, I was taking notes for this video on my phone, and I was walking around because I wanted to hit my daily steps target. There is zero excuse not to be walking. So get yourself either a nice sports watch like the Garmin one, or like a really cheap step counter from Amazon for like $15, and really track your steps. 12,000 is minimum, 16,000 is minimum if you're on the weight loss. Number 7 is working out, and I work out every single day. For me, it's a mixture of running. Cardio is super important for longevity, for nice skin, for nice hair, for strong heart. You can choose any type of cardio, but I love running because it just looks like such a really natural thing for human beings to do, to be moving fast from point A to point B. I feel like we always had a reason to run throughout the history of humankind. I usually run 3 to 4 times a week, more or less 12 kilometers or like 7.5 miles each time. I also do weight training 3 to 4 times a week, and I do bodybuilding style weight training because for me it's all about building as much muscle as possible, because I want to be strong and I want to be able when I'm older, and also muscles give the body nice shape, and I want to have strong bones, and bodybuilding type training is just the most efficient in building muscles and in building strong bones. And on top of that, I also do 1 or 2 sessions a week of functional training when I just practice things that are difficult for me, like for example jumping, and also exercises that mimic everyday movements, like picking up things from the floor, like hanging, pull-ups, things like this. I exercise a lot, I exercise every day, and again, the same as with healthy eating, I don't schedule days off because I know that days off will happen anyways. I have 2 kids, I have to take care of them, sometimes they get sick. I have a job, so I have to work. Sometimes I don't have time to go. I need to choose working instead. So I would be really unhappy with myself if I scheduled day off and then the next day I wouldn't be able to go and work out because something came up, something happened, and I had to be somewhere else. This is why I never schedule days off, but days off do happen. Number 8 is extremely important to stay in fit, healthy, lean, and also good looking, and that's sleeping. I try to sleep 8 hours a day, no excuses. And again, of course, life is going to happen. There are going to be days when I'm going out or when I'm traveling or whatnot, and I'm going to be sleeping fewer hours than that, which is why when I'm at home, day-to-day life, I schedule 8 hours of sleep every single day, no excuses. I think this one doesn't need more explanation. You're going to be leaner if you're sleeping more. You're going to be healthier. Like all of your organs inside your body are going to be healthier. You're going to have fewer wrinkles. Your skin is going to have a better moisture level. You're going to have more energy for your workouts. You're going to have more energy to be sticking to your diet. You're going to have more mental capacity. You're going to be actually smarter. There is no excuse for not prioritizing your sleep. Number 9 is something that I only learned in my early 30s, and I really wish I have started that when I was 20, and it's daily use of sunscreen. I wear sunscreen every single day, not only for cancer prevention, but also because I want to look young as long as possible, and I have seen a huge change in my skin. I started using sunscreen in the morning and retinol at night. These are 2 things that I'm extremely consistent with, and I think sunscreen makes the biggest difference to my skin. So wearing sunscreen is something I'm really, really glad I started doing a few years ago. Then last but not least, number 10 is taking care of my mental health. The last few years, I've matured enough to start seeing mental health specialists. It's so important to be feeling good in your own head. And depression and anxiety attacks, they can be debilitating, they can be destroying your life, and you can be doing whatever you want with your health physically, if you're not okay in your head, nothing is going to be working as it should be. And if you're not 100% okay with your mental health, starting there might solve many other physical health issues with diet, with exercise, with your just day-to-day life. Number 10, taking care of my mental health is as important as any other of those points on the list of being fit and healthy and lean. Mental health is just health. I hope this video was useful. If you want to see exactly how I eat every single day or how I work out, go and check out my channel. See ya!